Happy full moon in Sagittarius. Happy blue moon. May impossible things come true for you as we are transiting this beautiful time, as we are stepping in through this threshold portal. So, peace and blessings to you. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Naomi. I am an intuitive channel, an energy healer, a farmer, earth steward, author, jeweler. Yeah. And you're here for your full moon reading. So I do readings at the full moon and the new moon of each month. These are collective all sign readings. And so we're going to take a dive into what this full moon in Sagittarius, this blue moon specifically, is coming to bless us with, what's being cleared and released at this time, and what's wanting to be expanded upon, right? So if you have noticed, I did not do the full moon reading in Scorpio for the collective or the new moon in Taurus reading. So my apologies for that. If you are someone who usually tunes into that, I don't know how May has been for y'all, but for me, I don't know. Like, April was such a portal, and I feel like May has been its own type of portal, but it's kind of been more like void. Is like, yeah. So here we are, May 31st. On May 1st, we had the full moon in Scorpio. And now on May 31st, we are having the full moon in Sagittarius. And so when we have two full moons in a month, then that is what we call a blue moon, right? And so your once in a blue moon moment is here. Your once in a blue moon moment is here. So I hope that you're taking full advantage of this energy at this time. And really, so I wish I would have done the other collective readings, because yeah, I was already feeling like May was going to be a major turning point. Like, May was going to be magical. May is going to be miraculous. I felt like May was just going to be major. Like, it was just going to be so much manifesting that can happen in May. And so this May was actually my first time doing the 369 manifestation method. And so I've literally just finished that up. This is the first time I ever done it. And so to even have that discipline to do that for, I did it for 30 days. So I did it for the entire month of May, because I was already seeing, you know, as someone who does pay attention to the cosmic calendar, the astrological, what's happening astrologically, right? I was already peeping that it was going to be a blue moon, right? I already knew that off top, and was like, okay, even the fact that it was like at the 1st to the 31st, the whole month of May, it just gives that it was a portal. And for it to be full moon to full moons, you know, when we're looking at full moon energy, that's the energy of things like coming up to the surface, things being fully revealed, like climaxes happening, conclusions, right? You're getting insight on whatever this whole moon cycle, from that new moon to the full moon, right? That's the whole moon cycle, 28 days. What the last 28 days have been cooking up to, what it has been culminating to. That's the energy that we're in whenever we're in a full moon. So it's also the time for like releasing and clearing things, right? Because after things have been revealed, now you know what your work is. Now you know what your work is once the climaxes and the conclusions and the things have come to the surface and been revealed. So yeah, for there to be two full moons this month, I'm sure your emotions have been up. I'm sure you have been feeling a lot. We went from Taurus season, we're now in Gemini season. So there's going to be a lot of conversations, I would say, I think are going to be happening post this full moon. So that's just what I got an intuitive sense on right now. But let's go ahead and get into the cards. So yeah, at the full moon and new moons, even though I was gone for May, I'm sorry, I was even off on the elemental readings, but I did post fire signs and earth signs elemental readings so far, and I will get to water and air. So check out your elemental readings. I also do that on a weekly basis now too, even though I was just off the last 3 weeks. I don't know. Where have I been? Where have you been? Let me know. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm glad you're here. And I hope that you're going to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure that you continue to come back and kick it with your girl. So yeah, so I channel a spread for each individual full moon and new moon, depending on where we are cosmically and astrologically, right? So it's always informed by the current times that we are transiting. So we have our custom spread for the full moon and Sagittarius. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with the moonology. Y'all know I love my moonology deck because here we are working with the moon cycles. So naturally, we're going to I have a 5-card spread. We're going to go with moonology. We have the tarot. I have a few other decks here. If I feel like I want to do any clarifying, we'll also get some tea leaves. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it because I've kind of been going for a minute. So let's see. So yeah, so happy full moon in Sagittarius. I hope that you are believing in the impossible. We're going to see if that card comes out because that is the blue moon card in this moonology deck. It says believe in the impossible. So at this time, it's a time to believe in the impossible. And so one of the rituals just that I decided that I'm going to do for this full moon, and I've already been pondering this for the last few days, or what are the impossibilities that my mind is coming up with at this time. And so writing about 5 to 10 impossibilities that you just feel like something that is just impossible for you. Maybe you don't see how this could work out. You don't see how this could change. What seems impossible for you? Write it out. And then here we are at the full moon. And I'm posting this at the full moon. So if you catch it, you do. And if you don't, hey, maybe it could work. The full moon energy will still be potent for the next couple days, I would say. But, and then just burn those impossibilities. We're going to burn them and we're going to release them. And we're just going to choose to believe in the impossible. Even if it feels a little silly. Even if it feels like, yeah, dumb, delusional. Like, who's like, what's the fault in believing in something? What's it going to hurt for you to believe in something that you really desire to be true? You know, so, you know, be a little silly with it. It makes me think of Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland could be significant for you, but it makes me think of Alice in Wonderland, where it's like, you know, my father would think of 10 impossible things before breakfast. Like, he would think of 10 impossible things before breakfast, right? And that's why he was such, you know, a great businessman, creator, and I don't know what all he was. But yeah, so let's get into it. So the 5-card spread for this full moon in Sagittarius is what needs to be released now for your greatest expansion. Where have you been causing blocks and delays to being in your highest timelines? Ooh, I haven't even read these back since I channeled these. I'm like, this is juicy. I can't wait for my personal. What energy needs to be seen from a higher perspective? What fortunate blessing is ready and waiting for you now? What energy is here to help you dream bigger? Okay, so yeah, let's get into it because it's going to be a good reading. Period. So may this message be in your highest and best good. And this is a general reading, so make sure you take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So thank you, Spirit. May I be a clear channel for these divine messages for the collective at this time. So it says, so it is. Okay, so full moon in Sagittarius. What needs to be released now for the collective's greatest expansion? What needs to be released now for your greatest expansion? It's time to take action. Don't let your past hold you back. Just like get up off the brakes. There is some baggage here. There is some baggage that is slowing you from taking down the action. Let me scoot this back some. Ooh, wee. It is time to take action. Don't let your past hold you back. So what needs to be released now is whatever things from your past that you are holding on to, whether this is past experiences. I feel like it's heavy on the past experiences, right? It's funny, once you start to meditate, you can get really good at deciphering certain voices that come in, right? Because not all thoughts are our own authentic thoughts. And you have to be aware of that. Once you have a higher understanding of like what thoughts are. But I digress. So, I just had a thought come in that I was like, oh, this is my ego. Because our ego pulls from past experiences, right? Our ego can't guide us into the future because it can only pull from the past. And so as we're charging ahead in something new, in a new way of being, in a new reality, we're talking about this energy that wants to expand you. So if you expand, if you are getting bigger and you're moving out of spaces and moving into spaces that you've never been into before, your past cannot inform you. It can't inform you on what's going next. You're going to have to lead into more intuition, into more of your true feeling, into true calling, right? Because this is South Node energy. And so the North Node is when you're heading towards purpose and destiny. This is where we've been, and this is where we could stagnate in, right? If we do decide to let our past hold us back, or we can move forward on our journey. And it's saying it's time to take action because it is time for you to move towards your North Node. What is your North Node? Make sure you go and check out your birth chart. That can be very significant for some of y'all if you do not know. I am a Scorpio North Node, right? So there's a lot of transformation and transitioning and alchemy that I experienced through my life as I continue on my path towards my highest purpose and my highest destiny, right? And that's the things, and it's funny because those are the things that I am concerned about. I am concerned about evolution, right? And being able to birth this new reality, birth new waves of being, right? So yeah, so what needs to be released at this time, whatever past, it's going to be past experiences. Like, sometimes there will be stories that will come up and it's like you will literally be tired of it. It's like, dang, aren't you tired of that story of Black saying that you can't afford this, or that you like there? It's like a loop. It becomes a loop, and it's like I've heard this before. And so, and it's like really being able to recognize what can't go with you, because you are moving forward. It is time to move forward. The cosmos, like, there's this momentum for you to step onto your path, whatever that looks like for you. All of our paths look different, right? So that can sound like very like woo woo when I'm talking about, your highest timeline, or your like destiny timeline, or moving towards your purpose. We all have different reasons for being here, alive in this very moment, period. That's what I believe, and that's what it is. And what you believe is what it is, because that's how powerful we are as creators, right? And so it's getting too deep. I'm gonna just read the cards. I'm not gonna give you a full-on spiritual lesson, but I guess if you're interested in that, hit me up. But regardless, there's action that's ready to be taken. There's movements that Spirit wants you to take forward. So like, don't let your past hold you back. Past people, past like programming, past ideas of what it needs to look like, right? Yeah, and I wanted to go into something else. I digress. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. And we see it's time to release negativity. So what needs to be released now for your greatest expansion? It's time to release negativity. Okay? It's time to release the negativity, especially as you're trying to move forward towards whatever goals you would like to reach, towards whatever life you are envisioning for yourself. Those negative thoughts, that can't come with you. It gotta go. Cause though, like, that's what I'm talking about, the ego pulling from the past. So like you could have had a past situation where something didn't work out. And so as your ego, as you're working towards your goal, and maybe you're being tried by certain situations or obstacles, which is perfectly normal. This is life. Not everything is 100% smooth all the time. And so as you're moving through obstacles, there could be a part of your mind, that ego mind, that's really just, fearful, right? It doesn't want to have that experience, that past experience again. So it's like, hey, this happened last time, so you need to, hey. And there's always a level of discernment, right? There's always a level of discernment, but you also have to recognize where you can allow that to entrap you and keep you stuck to where you cannot expand. Because the ego is safe and it's comfortable in the South Node energy. The ego is comfortable in what it knows, right? That makes me think of the saying, better the devil you know than the devil you don't, right? The devil's the devil. Okay? The devil's the devil. But yeah, so it's time to release negativity. Don't let your past hold you back. It's time to move forward in something. Aries energy. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Can I please have a card for the collective for where have you been causing blocks and delays to being in your highest timeline at this full moon in Sagittarius? Where have you been causing blocks and delays to being in your highest timeline at this full moon in Sagittarius? Well, looky there. But you know what? This is beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Where have you been causing blocks and delays to being in your highest timeline? We have the full moon in Sagittarius. And so whenever the moon cycle card, whenever the moon card comes out in this moon that we are currently in, that is always a sign for me of alignment at this time. So you are in alignment as you are watching this message. And so as we see this arrow in the Sagittarius card, and we know that we've been in this manifestation portal, you are in your once in a blue moon. Where are you going to shoot your arrow of intention? This is your arrow of intention. Where are you going to shoot it? We have a new start is coming here, right? And this, I feel like these two cards being together is so powerful. It's so powerful. So by this new moon, oh my God. By this next new moon, oh my God. Wow, that's... They said, baby, by that next new moon, there's going to be something so good and magical and wonderful. Tell me about it. After the new moon in Gemini, I believe it's on the 14th or the 15th of June. Come back and let me know what your new start looks like. Because it's giving, this arrow's going straight to this new moon. So for the next 2 weeks, you need to be releasing all the negativity, not letting your past holding you back, taking action. Take right action towards your goals, towards whatever you're trying to achieve at this time. But yeah, so where you have been causing blocks and delays, yeah, because this new start has been ready for you. You have been the biggest delay because you've been focusing on the small things. So you have to look at the bigger picture here. So yeah, you gotta expand your idea. Yeah, there's just something. It's the saying of you can't see the forest for the trees. You can't see the forest for the trees. There's always been a bigger plan here, a bigger purpose, a higher perspective. So there's just something about having to use different senses of perception. Yeah. So you've just been causing your own blocks and delays because, yeah, there is something that is ready for you and it's coming for you ready or not. Right? But I think you just need to be very intentional at this time as you are bringing something into fruition, as something as being birthed into, like it's literally being manifested. It's literally being manifested. I literally can see, yeah, something is literally coming from the etheric, being manifested into this physical plane reality at this time. So your positive energy, being able to like think above the, like to not sweat the small things, to keep a higher vision. I just got this book. I went to the bookstore and I found this book. You know, I was in the metaphysical section, of course, because I just got a new deck as well. But it was a book. I actually got two books that were on universal laws. And so one was the fiction book, and that was the one I read first. And it's just like a fiction story, and it talks about the universal law. And the universal law, I feel like, because they didn't fully explain like what, well, they gave it, but the name was just the universal law. And I thought it was going to go into like all the different universal laws, but I feel like it was kind of like the law of assumption, right? Like making, but it was just basically saying like the first step of practicing that universal law is that you have to have like a set definite objective. Like you have to know what you're going for, what you're desiring. Like you have to have a set definite point. You have to be able to see it. You have to be able to envision it, right? First for it to come into fruition. So it's like being able to maintain that vision, looking at the bigger picture, even when the things are still lining up and still happening to come into fruition for this. Show the world the real you. You've been hiding, you've been wearing some type of mask, but it's time for you to come forward. And this card also talks about releasing things from the past. And so maybe you know you've been wanting to move in a different direction. Maybe you've been wanting to show up differently. Maybe you're someone who's been posting, you want to post different things online now, but you have all your family and your friends that are following you. And so you kind of like just keep doing as you've been doing, even though you feel like you want to do more and show more and be more and explore more. You need to do that. And if people from your past aren't going to like you for expressing yourself in your most authentic energy, they're not the people that you need around you. High key. Okay? And that's part of what's holding. Don't let your past hold you back. Don't let what people you went to high school with like think about you hold you back from. Please don't do it, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't let it hold you back from like really just showing up authentically as yourself, because the world will thank you for that. We will appreciate you for that. Ooh, and it's a powerful message. Yesterday I was feeling like so woozy too. Or not woozy. It was just like I just started feeling like disoriented. I started feeling like I was under the influence, which sometimes like I could feel like, and you know, and I do be under the influence sometimes. And I think I had smoked earlier that day, but it had been some time. But like, and also my third eye was just, I could just feel like the pressure, and like it was just like posting. I was like, oh my gosh, like, and even the day before that, so like just leading up to the full moon, I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually going to be intense. And that's when, and I was in meditation, and I was, you know, I'm an energy worker, right? So I was doing energy healing on myself, and I was just like, oh, like there was just so much to be clear. I was just seeing like there was just so much that was popping up. I was like, oh, Wow. And you know, like I said, I'm an energy worker, I'm an energy healer. So this is something I do on a regular basis. But to see the things that were really wanting to come up to be cleared, because yes, this is a threshold portal where we could be thrusted into a new life. Like, do not like underestimate it, okay? Do not underestimate. Like, after this reading, meditate, okay? Meditate on your best next action, what you need to do to align with wherever you're trying to go. A new start is coming and you could get there. Please envision it, okay? And know that you will get there. Know where you want to go. See it and hold it, okay? Thank you, Spirit. Can I please have a card for the collective for what energy needs to be seen from a higher perspective at this full moon in Sagittarius? Like, why is that? Like, and it said we need to look at the bigger, like, look at the channel, babe. Look at the channel, babe. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Can I please have a card for what energy needs to be seen from a higher perspective at this full moon in Sagittarius for the collective? What energy needs to be seen from a higher perspective at this full moon in Sagittarius? There we go. There we go. What? Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. Double alignment right there, because that's also the moon that we are transiting. We have, look at the bigger picture and believe in the impossible. So for what energy needs to be seen from a higher perspective, we have luck is on your side. New moon and Sagittarius energy. There's so much fire energy here. So much fire energy here. We have Aries and we have both Sagittarius, new moon and full moon. So what energy needs to be seen from a higher perspective is that things are always working out for you in your highest and your best good. You are the only thing that has been in your way. And that may seem like a slap in the face, but also it's freeing because that means you could just get the F out of your way. Believe in the impossible. Be bold and make the first move, because when you believe that all things are possible and you're moving and you're walking with that energy and you know that luck is on your side, you move different and then you're attracting different and then everything is different. Luck is on your side. Believe in the impossible. I'd love to see it. I love to see it. I'm like, this energy is like, ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. I don't even know if I can get into the tarot because the oracle has been oracling, okay? And it's double cards here. So it's given there's a union here. Whether this is union of you and your spirit, which I feel like, you know, is a high possibility. Whether this is union between you and your purpose, you and your work, you and another. There's union here. There's something about two things coming together. It's funny. I was messing with my homegirl. She was over here and we were drinking. What? She's spiritual and she drinks? I do. But we had took a shot. She was about to go. Well, let me not say that. Okay. So we had took a shot. And I was like, oh, we got to take another one. I was like, it's bad luck to just take one shot on its own. And she was like, no, you just made that up. I was like, no, it takes two. It takes two. It takes two. It takes two to make the things go right. Okay, so it takes two to make the things go right. Okay, so that could be significant for somebody. But okay, so what fortunate blessing is ready and waiting for you now at this full moon in Sagittarius? Collective, what fortunate blessing is ready and waiting for you now? What fortunate blessing is ready and waiting for you now? Another 2 card. Oh, shit, it was 3. This is so much. Okay, so take it as it resonates because this may be different blessings or you could be receiving all of these blessings. You got 3 blessings here. What fortunate blessing is ready and waiting for you now? A fiery climax approaches. Oh, it's coming soon. Bet money on that. And I was already talking about by this next new moon, a new romantic cycle begins. And I told you I was seeing union of something. So it can be romantic union that is in the cards for you, and a time for healing. My God. I love these cards. So what fortune blessing is ready and waiting for you is like, you're about to be in such a beautiful, blissful space in your life. It's just going to be like, it's going to be healing to be in that energy. So like, you're going to have love, but you're also going to have whatever you're desiring, whatever you're moving forward towards, it's coming very fast. And then we see, so we have double Sag energy and we have double Aries energy here now, right? So there's something here about things coming full circle. If you do have fire sign placements, go watch the fire elemental reading I did before this. The title is Full Circle. It has Full Circle in the title. Yeah, because I'm just seeing more like, and I was just talking about like that portal energy. So circles could be significant at this time. Cycles can be significant at this time. Yeah, and it says a new romantic cycle begins. So if you've been single, especially if you have been single for some time, part of this new start, like, because this is going to be a whole new life. So make sure you're moving forward intentionally and positively. Assume the best. Believe in the impossible. I don't care if it feels silly. Let it feel silly then. Feel silly. Like, get silly. Get silly. Am I aging yourself? And it says have faith in your dreams here. So this is the fortune and blessing. And I've been saying that what I've learned just recently, just like within this year, when this card comes up, a fiery climax approaches, that's fast moving energy. That means you're going to see something very soon. You're going to see something very soon, I've seen. So you could be getting into a relationship very soon or sooner than you thought. Sooner than you would have thought you're going to be in a relationship, or there's going to be some type of romantic healing between you and another. I can also see that. So we're going to see what the tarot says. I need to hurry up because, baby, when I say like this energy, baby, and we're at 32 minutes. This energy is cooking your girl. I'm like, hold on, let me first refresh my grounding board. Okay, thank you, Spirit. And can I please have a card for what energy is here to help you dream bigger at this full moon in Sagittarius? What energy is here to help you dream bigger at this full moon in Sag? For the collective, what energy is here to help the collective dream bigger at, that's way too many. What energy is here to help the collective dream bigger at this full moon in Sagittarius? What energy is here to help? They said go to sleep with this Pisces energy. They said meditate and contemplate. So making sure you have this space that you're making for yourself to really come home to yourself, to really get clear on your energy, on what your desires are, on what you're feeling even, right? Allowing yourself to feel as you feel. And then like after, you've had your feelings, because we don't never want to just like shy away or shut up our emotions. We allow our emotions to be, but then we could also do the meditation and the contemplation on why these certain emotions and feelings were coming up, what triggered it, okay, and so what is this trigger really stemming from? Get into the root of it, right? That's the type of healer I am. And it's funny, I'm saying root, and literally what popped up into my head is me at the farm pulling up the roots. So make sure y'all check out the new Farmer's Diaries. I got like 3 separate videos I need to edit because I've been going out there and recording, but I have not edited and posted anything. But I digress once again. So what energy is here to help you dream bigger is for you to really start meditating and getting clear, okay? Consideration. I said I could do like a whole poem. I could do like a whole thing on consideration. But if you're not someone, if you're one of those people who like feel like they have a hard time meditating, maybe start with considering. I'm gonna make this a whole thing. Don't jack my shit. I'm gonna trademark it. But to really just consider something, you can get into a meditative state. So go outside and consider the tree that you pass by every day. Just go and consider the tree. Go look at the tree. Just give it some thought, right? Start with consideration. The rose bush. I have rose bushes that are by me. I consider them all the time, but yeah, like the flower. Like maybe there's a flower that's up. Maybe there's a tuft of grass that has come up through the concrete. Consider that. Consider the concrete. Yeah. That's part of contemplation. And who knows what can come from that. I'm like, that was random. And I see again here, it's time to release negativity. So they said, if you thought that was dumb what I was just talking about, they said release that negativity. That's a negative thought. And listen, they said before I nick you. So what energy is here to help you dream bigger? Meditating and contemplating and releasing the negativity, moving into more positive thoughts, more positive ways of being. Ooh, like I really, really could leave this here. I feel like I could leave this reading here. And actually, I'm going to do just that because this whole 8, I'm sorry if you're a tarot girly and you really wanted to see. Or you know what? I'm like, should I do my new tarot deck? The good tarot. That's what it is. So it's a little different from the other tarot. No, because I don't want to have to be looking at the guidebook and things. Maybe soon after I play with it myself. Yeah. You know what? I got things to do. We're going to end it here, but I will get you some tea leaves. I will get some tea leaves. And we have white agate here and clear quartz that were here supporting this reading today. Yeah. So let's see. Tea leaves for the collective. Tea leaves for this full moon in Sag. What's the fortune at this full moon in Sagittarius? Fortune for the collective. What is the fortune for the collective at this full moon in Sag? It's kind of a lot. Any more? I'm like, I guess a lot. Just no, that's it. I'm not taking all those. I'm sorry. I'm like, y'all gonna have to break them up. Anything for the collective, full moon in Sag. Okay. So let us see here. What flipped over first is younger man, dealings or relationships with the younger man. That could be significant, and that came over here with this new moon in Sagittarius. So it could be a young man with the Sagittarius moon, or he has Sagittarius placements. Or you can be a young man with the Sagittarius placements, and this could be a very significant reading for you. We see carrot, opportunity or windfall, and that's part of the fortunate blessing that is ready and waiting for you. And look how this carrot, it hasn't been uprooted yet, right? Or no, it has. It's just been uprooted, but you see it's still in the garden, right? And so look at all these other carrots that are still underground that you haven't taken advantage of. So there's something that has yet to been uprooted and seen. It's waiting for you. So it's waiting for you to take the right action. It's waiting for you to put your mind envisioning it and going for it. Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So beware of a rooster. They're going to be making a lot of noise. Okay? And that came over here with the new romantic cycle begin. So somebody could be mad that you're like really getting something amazing. Jug. Lighthearted, carefree time. So that's what's coming in fast for you. That came over here with fiery climax approaches. So like Yeah, but you're going to be carefree. You're going to be lighthearted. So this rooster isn't going to do no thing to you. And we see cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. So yeah, the cobweb's going to catch this person. There's nothing to stop this new star from coming if you get out of your own way. Fan, romance, celebration, and party. So that's a double confirmation on a new romantic cycle over here. And that came on a new start is coming. So there's going to be a lot of celebrations ahead. Older man, dealings or relationships with an older man. So we have older man and younger man here. Interesting. And last tea leaf is sunrise. New creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. And that came over here on it's time to take action. So don't let your past hold you back from where you need to be. Getting to what is calling to you at this time. Lose whatever impossibilities your mind is creating at this time. Release them. Release that negativity, okay? Because there are many fortunate blessings that are ready to come in for you at this time. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. Wow, this has been a beautiful reading. Yeah, I'm like, we're at 40 minutes. I could not have done any tarot. Yeah, but I hope you enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Check back for your new moon in Gemini reading, which will be in a couple weeks. I do the elemental readings, so come back for your elemental readings as well. So peace. I will see y'all on the next one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Yeah, and hit me up. Let me know in the comments how it resonated, how you liked it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.